ventral view. This you see the brainstem. This is the ventral model of the brainstem. This is the head of the caudate nucleus right here, and on the outside is the putamen. The putamen and the head of the caudate nucleus blend together. The caudate nucleus has a head, a body, and a tail, and it goes all the way into the temporal lobe. It goes posterior. It's on the inside of the internal capsule. There's internal capsule right there. It's on the inside. The caudate nucleus and the thalamus are on the inside. The putamen and the globus pallidus are on the outside. All right? The corpus callosum, moving on down. Here we have the optic nerve coming in here. There's the chiasm, and there's the tract. Optic nerve, the chiasm, and the tract going to the lateral geniculate nucleus. The two cerebral peduncles, the stalk or the infundibulum of the pituitary gland, the hypophysis. The two bumps here are the mammillary bodies. They are part of the hypothalamus. This fossa between the two cerebral peduncles is the interpeduncular fossa, from which comes the oculomotor nerve, cranial nerve 3. The trochlear nerve comes around from the back. It's the only nerve to exit the dorsal surface of the brain. It crosses in the superior medullary velum and comes around toward the front. Here's the pons. This is the mesencephalic ponto junction, or pontomesencephalic junction. All right? Here's the pons, the substance of the pons. You have a median sulcus right here. It's on the ventral surface there. The fifth nerve, the trigeminal nerve, the largest of the cranial nerves. Mostly sensation for the head and neck and motor to the muscles of mastication. The trigeminal nerve comes out of the substance of the pons. It's the only cranial nerve to do so. It's the largest cranial nerve. Okay, cranial nerve 6, the abducens. This is the pontomedullary junction here. Cranial nerve 6, the abducens, comes out of the pontomedullary junction. Also out of the pontomedullary junction, although laterally to a place we call the cerebellopontine angles 7 and 8, vestibulocochlear and facial. Facial 7, vestibulocochlear 8, out of the cerebellopontine angle. Here is the ventral median sulcus. There's the pyramid. There's its decussation. The pyramid, and there's the olive. This is the pre-olivary sulcus, and this is the post-olivary sulcus. Out of the post-olivary sulcus come 3 cranial nerves: glossopharyngeal, vagus, accessory. Glossopharyngeal 9, vagus 10, accessory 11. And out of the pre-olivary sulcus, 12, the hypoglossal nerve. Brainstem model, we're going to disregard all the trigons and the bumps again over the nuclei in the floor of the fourth ventricle. Okay, we're going to disregard those for now. From the top, what we have here is the caudate nucleus. That is its body, and it's forming its tail now. It's going to go down. It's separated from the thalamus. There's the hiney end of the thalamus, or the pulvinar, and that's the stria terminalis. Stria terminalis, which you're going to see is an outflow of the amygdaloid nucleus. Coming on down, there's the superior and inferior colliculi, together called the tectum. The tectum is the roof of the midbrain, behind the cerebral aqueduct. The superior and inferior colliculi, superior for vision, inferior for hearing, audition. That's the pineal gland right here, and that's the habenula that leads up to it, and the pineal gland, diurnal rhythms. Coming out here, 2 thalamic nuclei, part of the thalamus. The medial and lateral geniculate bodies, or geniculate nuclei. You can say either one. There's the medial geniculate body and the lateral geniculate body. The vision all goes to the lateral, and in turn, then it'll go to area 17. All right, the cerebellar peduncles. There's the inferior coming up. It has the dorsal spinocerebellar tract, the cuneo-cerebellar tract, the olivocerebellar tracts, and all the vestibular tract from the vestibular nuclei we studied today to go into the cerebellum, go through the inferior cerebellar peduncle. There's the middle cerebellar peduncle, totally pontocerebellar fibers, from the pons crossing over to go to the opposite cerebellum. And this is the superior cerebellar peduncle, the output of it. Although some things go in there, like the ventral spinocerebellar tract. It crosses in the superior medullary velum. It takes the cerebellar outflow up to the thalamus and other areas. All right? And that's basically it.